Hey, I'm Taylor Swift, and these are the biggest songs in North America, according to you, on the Weekend Countdown. Now, before we get into the week's top 45, let's check out last week's top 5 songs. At number 5 was the Jonas Brothers with Cool. Number 4 was Chainsmokers / 5 Seconds of Summer with Who Do You Love. Number 3 was Panic at the Disco with Hey Look Ma, I Made It. Number 2 was the Jonas Brothers with Sucker. Now, before we start this week's top 45, let's flash back to last week's number 1 song, decided by you at SiriusXM.com/hits1. Shawn Mendes with If I Can't Have You on the Hits 1 Weekend Countdown. Welcome back, it's Taylor Swift, guest hosting for Spider Harrison on the Weekend Countdown. Ava Max is currently working on her debut album, and she says that the inspiration for it comes from the strong women in her family. We love this. At number 45, here's Ava Max with Sweet But Psycho on the Hits 1 Weekend Countdown. Welcome back, I'm Taylor Swift, your guest host this week on the Weekend Countdown. So Halsey's doing incredible work right now. Like, her songs are just killing it. She's always doing something different. She's always releasing music that sounds different than the last thing that she released, and I really love that about her. One thing that I also love about Halsey is how supportive she is about other female artists. I think, she did an interview maybe last year where she was talking about how women are often pitted against each other in music, but we're no longer going to be complicit in it. Like, we're not going to let that happen because we all love each other. We're all fans of each other. Like, we get to be respectful of each other just the same as the guys in music do. You notice how, like, all these male artists are always, like, showing each other respect. Even if they're not friends and they don't hang out or whatever, they don't know each other. They're allowed to respect each other from afar. Yet women are somehow expected to either love or hate each other, and it's all supposed to be personal. So I love that she's been making such important points about, feminism and equality and the perceptions of gender and everything like that. She's one of the best people we have in music right now, especially because she loves to take a stand for what's right. At number 43, here's Halsey with Without Me on the Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, and I'm in control of the Hits 1 Weekend Countdown. Kelsea Ballerini counts headlining her first big arena tour as one of her biggest milestones, and that is fair. That's a huge milestone. Kelsea is someone who I've loved from the very first time I heard her music. She's just one of those people who is warm and loving and kind and friendly, and I think that warmth radiates in her music. Like, my favorite Kelsea Ballerini songs are like slow, wonderful, love, lyrical songs, and I'm a huge fan of her work. At number 41, here's the Chainsmokers and Kelsea Ballerini with This Feeling on the Weekend Countdown. Hey, I'm Taylor Swift, and these are the biggest songs in North America, according to you, on the Weekend Countdown. So at number 40, we have someone named Thomas Rhett, who I met for the very first time when I was going to high school in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and I was at a smoothie place, and I walked out, and his dad walked up to me, and he said, "Hi, I'm Rhett Akins," and I recognized him because Rhett Akins is an amazing country singer. And he's like, "This is my son, Thomas Rhett." And I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And I always remembered meeting him because he had told me that he wanted to sing and that he wanted to have a career, and I just always remembered that. It always stuck out in my head. And sure enough, here he is years later, and he's like got one of the best careers in country, and it's just really cool. He's got a great family. He's got the most amazing wife. It's great to see someone like that do really well. So new at this countdown at number 40, here's Thomas Rhett with Look What God Gave Her on the Hits 1 Weekend Countdown. Welcome back, it's Taylor Swift, guest hosting for Spider Harrison on the Weekend Countdown. At number 39, we have one of my favorite bands, fronted by one of my favorite artists, Panic at the Disco, High Hopes. This song is an absolute unstoppable anthem of our generation. Oh my God, this song literally can motivate you to work out, motivate you to like run down the street, motivate you to do pretty much anything. And I think that energy comes from Brendan Urie because he's one of the most energetic, motivating people I've ever been around. And just in terms of him being a performer, like if you've ever seen Panic at the Disco perform live, you know that he's one of the best vocalists and showmen that we have. So if you haven't seen him live, you gotta go. What are you doing? Go see Panic at the Disco in concert. This is High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, your guest host this week on the Weekend Countdown. So the album Lover is a new album that just came out. I'm so excited about it. I worked on this album without really thinking too hard about what I was making. And because of that, it became something that was just really natural, a bit effortless in the writing. And when I don't overthink things, that's when I think they tend to be the best. And this album, it came together and I could see that it was going to be a very romantic album, a very confessional album, a very detailed album. But when it started to come together and I started to really sort of imagine, pink and blue and purple skies and pastels and hearts and tie-dye t-shirts and pink and blue hair, like I just started picturing the way that this album could look and the way that it could kind of become sort of a new chapter of my life. Writing this album, I wrote a few of the songs alone, a few of the songs with Jack Antonoff, and a few of the songs with new collaborators, which has been really, really just like an exciting process for me as a songwriter. And one of those new people I collaborated with was Joel Little, who is an amazing producer and writer from New Zealand. And he and I wrote a song that we then ended up taking to Brendan Urie and asking if he wanted to be a part of it. Holding at number 34, here's Me featuring Brendan Urie on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Hey, I'm Taylor Swift. Thanks for spending a few hours with me, counting down the Hits One tunes.
Hits One Weekend Countdown with Taylor Swift.
Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, and I'm in control of the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Number 31 with the song that has taken the world by storm. This song, I mean, this video is amazing. This video is a mini movie. Come on. Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus coming in with Old Town Road on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Hey, I'm Taylor Swift, and these are the biggest songs in North America, according to you, on the Weekend Countdown. All right, coming in at number 29 is one of my favorite songs right now. This is Mark Ronson and Camila Cabello. If you haven't seen this video, I'm sorry, but you've made a mistake. You need to see this video. She's literally, Camila is a starlet, like, for the gods. She's like got this bleach blonde wig on. She's doing a cabaret show. My mouth was dropped the entire video. Like, and what's funny is that when you meet Camila, there are two Camilas. Like, when you're hanging out with her, she's like, let's go to Disney World and eat jelly beans. Like, and when she's on stage, she's literally the smolderingest, hottest, most like mysterious woman you've ever seen. And I think that's what makes her so exciting as a performer, because she's so multifaceted. And like, sometimes with her music, she's showing you that sensitive singer-songwriter side of her that channels who she is more in person. And then sometimes she's like Havana, na na na, like, you know, siren. So you gotta watch the video for Find You Again. First of all, the bridge of this song is good enough to be a chorus. Like, that's enough said. This song is amazing. Number 29, Find You Again. Welcome back. It's Taylor Swift, guest hosting for Spider Harrison on the Weekend Countdown. Shade says that the weirdest place they've ever heard their song Trampoline was at the local supermarket where it was playing, and the cashier randomly remarked how much he dug the song. That's good, because if it was the other way around, it could be pretty awkward, you know? I think when you hear your song in public, at least for me, I'm always walking around going, I really hope somebody doesn't just like say offhand like, oh, I hate this song, like within earshot, and literally just like, and I just like, I'd just hide. I would just hide under something. That's what I would do. Anyway, up 7 spots to number 28. Here is Shade with Trampoline on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Hey, I'm Taylor Swift. Thanks for spending a few hours with me, counting down the Hits One tunes. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, your guest host this week on the Weekend Countdown. So Miley Cyrus is known for loving her pets. Like, she has 9 dogs, 3 cats, and 1 pig, which I think is phenomenal. She's got a literal farm in her house. And I have 3 cats now, so I understand what it's like to feel like you have like this herd of animals. 3 cats, I think, is officially a pack. It's pack mentality. So I love that Miley likes to adopt animals. I love that she loves her animals. At number 24, here's Miley Cyrus with Mother's Daughter on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, and I'm in control of the Hits One Weekend Countdown. So Katie was in here at Hits One 2 weeks ago, and she came in and she was saying really, really complimentary things about my cookies that I bake, which really warmed my heart, because there's little you can do that would make me happy more than complimenting my cooking or my baking. She came over and I baked her cookies, and yeah, I was just really happy to hear. She had said they were good in the moment, but hearing it after the fact was just like, I was just filled with pride. My heart doubled in size, then burst into confetti butterflies. So up 7 spots to number 21, here's Katy Perry with Small Talk. I absolutely love this song on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Hey, I'm Taylor Swift, and these are the biggest songs in North America, according to you, on the Weekend Countdown. So Post Malone is getting ready to kick off his Runaway tour on September 14th, which is amazing because Post Malone is a great performer. Like, I remember when I first started seeing him perform on award shows, and his voice is, I just love his voice. I think he's got such an interesting vibe, and what he's doing is so cool. He writes a really good hook. As a songwriter, when I see people that are consistently making songs with hooks that I'm like so intrigued by, you can't help but just become a fan of them. Like, that's what happened when I started hearing Post Malone's music and I heard his album. I was like, this is really legit, so I might go see that tour. Up 5 spots to number 20, here's Post Malone with Goodbyes on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. As the numbers get smaller, the hits get bigger. Welcome back. It's Taylor Swift, guest hosting for Spider Harrison on the Weekend Countdown. Holding at number 18, Bebe Rexha and the Chainsmokers have a song called Call You Mine. I love Bebe Rexha. I think that it's cool when a new artist comes out and they aren't afraid. Like, you're afraid of your own shadow most of the time when you're a new artist. Like, you're afraid that if you say the wrong thing, you won't get to do this anymore. You're afraid to make enemies. You're afraid to say something that might ruffle feathers, or, you know, Bebe Rexha she'll just call it like it is. Like, she went on Instagram last week and she was talking about ageism, and she was talking about how how she's 29 years old, which is young, and people are treating her like she's at the end of her career. Like her gap to accomplish things is narrowing now that she's in her late 20s. And I think the more that newer artists speak out about this sort of thing, the closer we'll be to not having to face these kinds of weird stigmas in the music industry. So more power to her. I think that's amazing and brave. So here she is at number 18 with the Chainsmokers, Call You Mine, on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, your guest host this week on the Weekend Countdown. Alec Benjamin was left starstruck after Jimmy Fallon posted some of his music to his Instagram story. I totally understand that. Jimmy Fallon posted my song Lover on his Instagram story last week, and I was shook completely to my core. So up one spot to number 16, here's Alec Benjamin with If We Have Each Other on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, and I'm in control of the Hits One Weekend Countdown. So Halsey's next at number 15 with a song called Nightmare that I thrash to. This is a thrashing song. You can only appropriately listen to this if you are headbanging. I remember seeing her do this performance of this, and I was standing side stage, and I was just like, I knew I had to perform like after her, but I couldn't stop headbanging side stage. And it was just like such like, sometimes like you just want to feel rage when you're listening to a song, and you just want to like let that rage out. This song is that song for me. I literally scream this song. So at number 15, here's Nightmare by Halsey on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Hey, I'm Taylor Swift, and these are the biggest songs in North America, according to you, on the Weekend Countdown. So Katie is here at number 12 with a song that I think is one of my favorites she's ever done. I love it when people work with new collaborators and it brings out a different side of them musically. Like, she made this song with Zed, who's amazing in his own right. You think that the song has been catchy the whole time, and then there's this epic post hook that happens. The just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over, and if you think it over, maybe you'll be coming over again. Like that part of that song is like when you all of a sudden like your canoe just like careens over the waterfall of the hook of this song, and you're just like swept away with it. So my favorite kind of pop is the kind of pop that does that. Up 2 spots to number 12, here's Katy Perry with Never Really Over on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. It's Taylor Swift, guest hosting for Spider Harrison on the Weekend Countdown. So Billie Eilish has been writing music since she was 11, which is, first of all, amazing. Second of all, very relatable to me. I feel like we could definitely bond over that. And yeah, she's just been killing it. It's great to see somebody really have their own autonomy as an artist. You get the impression that no one's telling her what to be, how to talk, how to act. And I think that's really cool. You know, I love seeing that. I feel like I was really allowed to write my own music and grow up the way I wanted to grow up, even though that's really hard to do in the music industry. So when you see other people that are really coming into their own and making their own stamp on the music industry, it's really exciting to see. So we're holding at number 11 with Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, your guest host this week on the Weekend Countdown. 5 Seconds of Summer say that one of the best parts of being in a band is meeting their fans. I agree, even though I'm not in a band per se, but I do get to meet fans a lot. And I think it's awesome when artists know and respect that bond, because fans do so much for us. They're literally the only reason we get to do this. And so I have heard that 5 Seconds of Summer is really great with their fans. And, you know, I think their fan base shows them that love back, which is really great to see. So down 2 spots to number 9. Here's 5 Seconds of Summer with Easier on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, and I'm in control of the Hits One Weekend Countdown. At number 6, we've got Panic at the Disco with Hey Look Ma, I Made It. Brendan Urie and I recently collaborated together on a song called Me. And since then, I've gotten to know he and his wife, Sarah, and it's just like, they're just the coolest people. They're the nicest people. You know, Brendan has really transformed and become this chameleon musically. He somehow still keeps what we all loved about his first record intact. Like, there's this drama, there's this performative charisma that goes into Panic at the Disco music, and I think that all comes from him. Like, he's just one of those incredible performers that comes around once in a lifetime, and we all got to just watch him and clap. So here's number 6, Panic at the Disco with Hey Look Ma, I Made It on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. So we're at number 4, and this is my song, You Need to Calm Down. This is a song that I wrote pretty quickly. I remember just, there are things I'd wanted to sing about for a while, and I found this common theme of like people who are trying to infringe on other people's lives in one way or another, right? Like, you got internet trolls that are just like talking trash for no reason. It's like, go outside. Like, it's a nice day outside. It's the summer, you know, calm down. You've got people who are trying to tell people who to love, you know, how to live their lives, how to identify, calm down. It's too loud. Your volume's too high. And then, in the third verse, I've wanted to talk for a long time about how women don't want to be pitted against each other, but society tries to pit them against each other anyway. And I think it's time to start calling that out very loudly. Yeah, so calm down. We're all on the same team. We're all living this life. We've all got good days and bad. We can relate to each other more than we, have the capacity to want to be pitted against each other. So let's not do that. So this song was really, really fun to write. And then we got to make this absolutely epic video with this incredible cast and people that I'm such a huge fan of. So I just had a great time with this song, and now it's at number 4. So thanks for, all your help, guys. This is You Need to Calm Down on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. It's Taylor Swift, guest hosting for Spider Harrison on the Weekend Countdown. So up next at number 2 is a song that I feel like has like the cutest video. The aesthetics of the Sucker video are just, who wouldn't want to be in like an English castle wearing lots of colorful prom dresses and like tea sets and a concert in the living room. It's literally just a dream. And Priyanka is in it, Sophie's in it, Danielle's in it. It's like the perfect Jonas Brothers video. So up next at number 2, here's Jonas Brothers with Sucker on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Welcome back. I'm Taylor Swift, your guest host this week on the Weekend Countdown. It's finally time. This is the biggest song in North America, decided by you, the What You Want crew, at SiriusXM.com/hits1. And it turns out that you guys have incredible taste because you have voted Shawn Mendes, If I Can't Have You, in the number 1 slot. I applaud you. I agree with you. I hear you. I salute you. Shawn Mendes is my king of pop. He's my king of the future. He's the nicest man ever, ever, ever. He's just the coolest, nicest person. I can't say enough nice things about him. I remember when I found his videos on YouTube and was just thinking, like, there's something really interesting about what he's doing. I remember he turned 17 on the 1989 tour because he was our opening act. And then he came back out as a surprise guest on the Reputation tour and walked out on stage and the entire crowd just exploded. It was unbelievable. Watching what he's become as an artist and knowing that he's just going to keep going and keep pushing himself and just become like the king of the world. It's like the coolest thing to see. It couldn't happen to a better person. And here we are with Prince Shawn, number 1, with If I Can't Have You on the Hits One Weekend Countdown. Hey, it's Taylor Swift. Thank you for hanging out with me. Before I get out of here, you can find me on @TaylorSwift on Instagram. You can find me at TaylorSwift13 on Twitter. I'm on Tumblr, just, Taylor Swift. I am so happy to get to share this countdown with you. My album Lover just came out. I'm really proud of it. If you want to check it out, I wouldn't object to it. And that's a wrap on the Weekend Countdown. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Hey everyone, I'm Taylor Swift and I'm playing you the music that's next now. When Alec Benjamin was just starting out, he used to perform outside Shawn Mendes concerts while trying to get his music out there and build a fan base as well, which is a very smart move and reminds me that Shawn Mendes used to open up for our shows. There's a lot of ways I connect to this, but I remember when I first started seeing Shawn, I thought there's really something here. So now he's breaking through too. Lizzo counts Missy Elliott, Destiny's Child, and Lauryn Hill as some of her main all-time favorite musical influences. Lizzo is, I have a feeling, going to be a lot of people's number 1 musical influence in the years to come. She's absolutely amazing. She's having the most phenomenal couple of years. And I remember when her song Good as Hell came out, and I was thinking, this is one of the craftiest hooks and songs I've heard in a really long time. Fast forward, and she has this unbelievable, astonishing breakthrough. It's so good to see that happen. It's a joy to present Lizzo's Good as Hell on Hitbound. Ariana Grande is currently on the European run of her Sweetener tour and absolutely killing it. Here's Ariana and Social House with Boyfriend on Hits One. Charlie Puth recently tweeted, "I love when artists are in control of small, important details when creating their music." Love that tweet. I feel exactly the same. I think that details are something that can make things fun for fans because I think it's our duty as artists right now to obviously just entertain people. That's our main job. And one of the ways that I think we can do that is by really putting as much intricacy and detail into our work as we possibly can, whether that's putting little clues in music videos or art directing our own album cover shoots or making sure that everything has an aesthetic theme. Obviously everybody does their stuff differently, but I find it really fun when it seems like an artist has completely committed to an entire project. And just as a fan, that's what I prefer. So I agree with you, Charlie. Here's Charlie Puth with I Warned Myself on Hitbound. So Ed Sheeran is such a good friend of mine. He's like my fun, awesome, supportive talented cousin. He's legitimately one of my favorite people in the world. And it's been so amazing to watch him become someone who's going to be a legend forever. You know, like I remember when I first heard his song and really like fought for him to be my opening act on the tour, even though he hadn't really been putting out music in the US. I was just so confident that this person, if people just heard him, they would understand and he would break through. And there was nothing more wonderful than watching that happen in the past couple of years. And so, you know, one thing that Ed does really, really well is he is so good at tuning out of the internet. He can't even have it on his phone. Like he doesn't even text, like he just emails. So he's been really good at disengaging from, I think we can all feel very inundated by technological invasions of our life. And if, you know, we feel like it's having more of a negative effect on us than good, you know, he's good at making that change and sticking to it. Like he got rid of texting and being able to be obsessed with the internet on our phones, which takes up a lot of the time in the day. So I get emails from him all the time, almost as frequently as somebody would text. But I think that's a good thing. It shows that he's got discipline. Here's Ed Sheeran with Khalid with Beautiful People. Love this song on Hitbound. So the song Lover is one that I'm so proud of because I wrote this one by myself. I think it's just like such a romantic, starry, timeless sounding song. And I'm just really proud of it. And I'm so happy that the fans really like it too, because it's really close to my heart. So here's me. It's Taylor Swift with Lover on Hitbound. You can find me on Instagram at Taylor Swift, on Twitter at Taylor Swift 13, on Tumblr at Taylor Swift. I'd love to hear from you, love to hear what's going on. I just had this album Lover come out, which I'm so happy about and so proud of. I'll be going around singing songs from Lover. Tune in, check out, see what I'm doing. That's all for Hitbound for now. Thanks for hanging out with me. Here's Dominic Fike with 3 Nights on Hitbound.